everyone. I welcome you to our today's live session again on how to negotiate the best compensation package for you. And if you have ever been in a situation where you receive a job offer, but the salary doesn't meet your expectation, or you actually want to stay at your current company, but you're not happy with your salary, then don't worry, because what I found out is that actually 62% of people end up having a lower salary because they simply do not negotiate, fearing to make an impression of being greedy or money hungry, or they try to negotiate but do not know how to do it the right way. So today's topic is going to be how to negotiate the best compensation package, and I hope to give you some insights on how to land your expected remuneration package in your next negotiation meeting with your manager. So I would say 12 minutes, one recruiter, one challenge starts from now. So first step is going to be the pre-negotiation step. And this really relates to the people who want to have a raise in their current position, because I truly feel that negotiating a raise with your current employer often feels more challenging than discussing salary terms for a new job offer. So that's why I have included this step to help those seeking for an internal salary increase. And so the following that I'm willing to say really depends on the company size and on the internal processes. But generally speaking, no manager really appreciates being caught off guard. So it's advantageous to begin salary discussions months before your annual performance review, because companies usually start budgeting well in advance of those reviews. So you want to inform your manager through MS Teams, through email, or any other system of your intent and discuss pay. So you have to remember, when you do that, you still have to write the message like very ethically and leaving room for questions like, let me know if there is anything I can help you with, or you want to come back to me related to this question or to this regard. But make sure that you schedule a dedicated meeting focused solely on this topic, because I think you would not want to have this conversation in a monthly review performance, or like a catch up. So really you want to have a meeting scheduled only solely for this topic. So right, the next step is market research, because fail to plan is a plan to fail. And before entering any salary negotiation with their current or your potential manager, understanding the current market wages are really crucial. And if you ask me, how can I do that? So there are quite a few ways, but I would say discuss with a friend or a well-known professional in your field about their salary and just ask them. And the more people you will talk to, the better, because you do not want to rely on only one source. So the more people you speak to, the merrier. Next one is research competitors. So examine their salary list in their job postings on how these relate to your skills and years of experience. So the platforms could be LinkedIn, Indeed, or your local job posting platforms. Another thing you can do is reach out to a recruiter, as they can provide very accurate salary figures related to your experience. And additionally, they can give you some insights about companies that are paying above or below the general market rate, and gather some additional infos. Then, of course, you can Google. Google or ChatGPT can help you here as well, but you have to be very careful with this matter, as salaries might differ from region to region, not even from country to country. But if you are living in Berlin and if you're looking for a job in Berlin, then it makes absolutely no sense for you to look up salary wages in Munich, Germany, for instance, because the difference is going to be very immense. So those are the sources, or something that you can try to understand. All right, what are those current market wages? Next step, third step, would be know your value. So what are you bringing to the table? And I guess that here the most important part is that these arguments must be measurable and not based on like any personal needs. For instance, instead of saying I want a certain amount because I'm planning to buy a new house next year. So instead, really focus on tangible achievements. So examples like you increased, for instance, profitability, reduced costs, or you save time in specific areas. And by saying so, you also should be able to provide specific numbers and context for those accomplishments. So prepare those arguments in advance before going into in that negotiation meeting. Then the next step is have specific numbers in your mind. So providing a specific number such as 86,200 instead of a round figure like 85,000 can enhance your credibility because it shows to your manager and the person on the other side that you have really thoroughly researched the market and you are very certain about the salary that you are expecting. And this approach, believe me or not, increases the likelihood actually that the final offer will be closer to your ideal number compared to offering a range or a round figure. Now, so I just mentioned your ideal number, but the thing is, the ideal number is going to be something that you will be presenting or telling your manager. Doesn't matter whether it's a new job offer or your current manager. And when they ask this question, you should be still prepared to have three key numbers in your mind. So your ideal number, your realistic number, and your walkaway number. So your ideal number could be something around 5,000 above your realistic number. Your realistic number should reflect a fair compensation for your skills and experience, and in line with the current market wages. But your walkaway number is really your bottom line. So the minimum amount below which you're not willing to accept. So it's really important that you have a thought of those three numbers, and of course you will be presenting and going forward with your ideal number because when negotiating your salary, chances are that when you will keep forward with your ideal number, that you will actually land on your realistic number that actually is a fair compensation in comparison to your skills. So right, so that was about numbers. Now the next step is leverage. So effective leverage can actually lead to a win-win situation where both of you and your manager or your potential one are going to feel satisfied with the outcome. So you with an increased salary and the manager, with having you on board or having you promoted. When we talk about a new job offer, so I always say let the manager, let the headhunter or recruiter know about your other ongoing interview processes and that you could be potentially awaiting another offer. Of course, another mistake that I see some people making is mentioning the company. So it's a little different with recruiters, but when you're talking to the manager, to the hiring manager or your boss, don't mention the company. Just the hard facts like company size, position, the salary that you applied for, and what is like generally the benefit package. And if they really like you, they will be willing to pay more if they know that you will be easily snatched up by someone else. Yes, but speaking for when asking for a raise, actually, yeah, it's quite the opposite. So try to avoid mentioning other offers. Here again, it depends on your relationship with your boss and with your manager in the company that you're currently working in. Because when doing so, it might negatively affect your relationship with your manager. But this is something that you have to kind of personally try to understand. But even if you have other offers on the table, all you can say is basically, this is what the market is currently offering. And in such way, you kind of hint at it, but you're not being very straight about it. And on top, of course, say why you are a top performer and with what do you like stand out from everyone else. So here you really want to let them know that you're different from the rest of your team, and here you can bring, all the topics that we discussed during the part know your value. But again, here you have to be, prepared with numbers, be very concrete and precise, and keep it professional and also in a neutral language. So the next step would be timing. So how do I know when to negotiate? And this is a tricky question because when we talk about, especially when we talk about the new job offer, and here I have heard many professionals advising to not bring up this question unless it is asked by the manager during interviews or even during the offer stage, to not make you look like money hungry and greedy, what we talked about before. But I personally believe that this is all a matter of how you articulate your question. So, because you have to imagine going through interviews and offers means a lot of time, resources, and energy spent on both sides. So, this is something you have to understand. And why go through all of this trouble if, yeah, because the salary is too low or way below your expectation and the company doesn't even have the budget. So instead, I just suggest touching upon this matter during your first interview as soon as possible by saying something like, I understand the importance of focusing on the role and the value that I can bring to the team. However, I want to ensure that we are aligned in our expectations to make the efficient use of both of our time. Could we discuss the salary range for this position? I want to make sure we're on the same page regarding compensation. And that's it. You see, it's a very neutral language. It's a very professional language, and it's not pushy. So I think this is the best way of going forward. And if you're asking for a raise, then as we discussed at the pre negotiation step, during the beginning, it would be best to negotiate during your meeting that you have set up with your manager prior to your annual performance review meeting. So, something about a minute I have left of time. The last step is going to be confident and calm. So don't let your emotions overtake you, but at the same time, show confidence in literally every word that you're saying and keep things professional. And again, neutral language, because if you will be calm and confident, then the person on the other side will be also open to listening to you and even open to negotiate with you. But otherwise, if you will be going there like very like angry or yeah, not somehow in a professional way, then probably the conversation is not gonna end on a good note. Right, 10 seconds left. So I'm very happy that I actually managed to fit in time. I was truly worried, to be honest. But yeah, so this is about how you can try to prepare for your next salary or generally compensation package. And of course, as always, if you have any questions or you think that we can help you in any other way, then feel free to reach out to any of us, really. And yeah, as always, we will be happy to help you. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.